Lovely, lovely, lovely. So today we're doing something different. I'm going to be working on a spoiler frame of animation. But as you can see, you guys are not really going to be seeing much at all, really. You're going to be seeing a blur and a big blurred for spoilers sign. So it's because I really want to work on this frame and in this time frame. So hello, Gary. And I just cracked open a lovely dry hop IPA. To begin, let me just make sure stream's all coming through okay. Now we need some music, and today's music we're going to be listening to Predator Concrete Jungle soundtrack, so hopefully this will be alright in the background. Let's see. Yeah, it should be alright just in the background. Okay, so see if this works out alright. So we got that. I'm just going to make sure I've got the files all lined up okay. Yep, we did that one. So there's not going to be much for you guys to see in terms of what's going on screen, but hopefully it'll still be entertaining nonetheless. Hello, Zool. Zool says, sorry, Gordon. Hello, Jackie. Were you watching someone else's stream, were you? Right, what do we need for this? Okay, so I want to be quick with this because I'm animating movement, and basically I like to get into the flow when I'm animating movement, so I can actually picture like the movement of the creature in my head, because obviously I'm animating 2D, so I try my best to do it as quick as I can so I can keep the momentum of the creature going. Gordon Ramsay, yeah, move over, Gordon Ramsay, you idiot sandwich. It's my turn. It's my time to shine. That's what he says, right? I don't really watch Gordon Ramsay at all, but he says idiot sandwich, right? Do lines and doodles first. Well, the way I work is I draw the outlines with the color of the outline, if that makes sense. So like I'm using a dark green at the moment to do the outlines. Now when I do the characters I usually do it in red, but that's because red is such a stark color to the rest of everything else that I can get a good look at like what the image looks like before I then start adding the color. But with animating the animals, I actually like animating them by doing the outlines with their proper color, because then it also saves a lot of time with the animation, I've found. Hello, David. so we want that to go like that. Okay, and then we want the... I have to make sure that I don't accidentally slip out what I'm drawing. Color. This is fun actually, because this means I can actually work on doing the really crucial frames, but might even, well, I should be able to still live stream, which will be kind of teasy for you guys, but good for me because I can actually, especially in this time where I basically have limited time to work on it, it means I can actually get a lot of stuff done. So these frames of animation, they take the longest. So like the Kentrosaurus Megalosaurus fight, or Megaraptor fight, sorry, which is 20 seconds long in its entirety, took me about a month to complete, because not a month like obviously solidly, but a month in terms of whenever I found the time to work on it, I was working on it. This frame has 15, or up to, could have up to 15, maybe not as many as 15, but it's going to have lots of animated characters in it, so it's like I really need to get the shuffle on with this. Zul says, are you doing it in like 12 frames per second like usual cartoons or what? If I'm honest, I don't even count the number of frames. I just do whatever I think feels right. So I just go, okay, what should the next sort of movement, because it's like stop motion, I'm moving them a little bit at a time, so I just get a feeling. I'm like, how much should it move? And then when I play the animation back to myself, I then go, I can look and go, okay, well I might need a frame in between these two, or I might need a frame, I might need to remove a frame, like I don't actually need one, or I need to put blur in, motion blur, all that sort of stuff. So I don't actually plan the number of frames. David asks, what's your opinion on The Big Lebowski? I've seen it like a couple of times. It's okay. I don't get the hype around it. That's like, it's got like a cult following. I don't really see why. But you know. Zul says, yeah, that kind of smart, like for a frame that didn't have anything in between, you could just add an additional motion to it, or give them, well, the body stays the same, so less off work. Yeah, there's always like ways around stuff. I mean, I could sit down and really go through, well, how many frames is it? But I kind of like the momentum of like not knowing how to do something and then sort of just but just doing it and learning along the way. So like when I first started animating the Chimaerasauruses for episode 1, I mean, look, if you look at the animation actually even before that, the Kentrosaurus walking out the bushes, like I did that was a very different style of animation to what I did even a few frames later with the Chimaerosaurus. That one I had took this this detailed image of the Kentrosaurus, and then I started animating that instead of drawing each frame and simplifying the look of it. And it looks janky compared to the rest. And then when I came to the Chimaerosaurus raising its head up above the bridge, like when I come to do the full movie version of this, like when I stick all the frames together, I might redo that frame, because to me it's too jarring how jerky that is, because I know a lot more about how to animate now. Like if you'd have shown myself the Kentrosaurus Megaraptor fight that's in episode 4, that still isn't perfect, but like if I showed myself that back when I was working on episode 1, I'd have been like, whoa, okay, I'm gonna learn a lot more techniques as I go, and I'm still learning. Like the creature I'm currently working on is such a dynamic creature in terms of its shape that like I've got a lot to contend with getting these guys looking right, so I really hope I can pull it off. But I'll import the frames to the editing, and then see how they look in edit before I've even finished the frame. So I've even got this frame I'm working on now, and I've got 15. I'm now working on 15, the 15th animation cell of this creature. And even though I don't know how many frames it's going to be in the end, but I've already imported 14 of those frames into the edit of this frame, so I can see how it looks moving, and then I can go back to that and refer to it and be like, okay, so maybe I need a little bit more here, maybe I need a little bit more here, and that also helps because, well, I mean, it looks weird because it's like, because it's not finished, it looks really janky, but then when I add more frames and I get sort of the finished look, or get closer to the finished look, I'm like, okay, actually it's not as bad as it first appeared, if that makes sense. So like it moves and then stops, and there'll be something in the movement of that short jerky movement that throws me off, and I'm like, ooh, that doesn't look good. But then if I add a few more frames after it and it blends into the middle of the movement, then I'm like, actually that looked okay. So, hello, never not so clever at this. He says, well, good morning. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, my man. Saul says, definitely, man. Practice, practice. Practice, patience, and time is key to improve on our progress. Yeah, obviously practice is where it's at, and commitment. But it's also challenge. Like, stepping out of your comfort zone. I was really nervous about doing a dinosaur on dinosaur fight. I was like, how am I going to do that in 2D? But then actually it worked out really well, and I was like, ooh, this looks great. And now this one I'm nervous about. I'm like, how am I going to get these creatures to look good? Because they're all over the place. Okay, so that's one done. Just need to change some of the colour down here. Now on to the next one. Animation cell 16. So we just did 15. Gary5 says, is the Megaraptor camouflaged or something? Well, we'll have to wait and see. That's why I got the spoiler sticker up, I'm not telling you. Do you have Hulu, says David. No, I don't. Never Not So Clever says, no, that is the sauropod. Is that what that is right there? I tell you what. Oh, he says, no, that is a sauropod. Is what? Oh my god, I can't speak. No, that is a sauropod. Is what that is right there? I tell you what. Okay, I'm gonna not try and quote stuff really quickly because I just mess it up. Titan of Serpent says, hi, I see you're doing that blurred spoiler thing you talked about. Yeah. See, I'm a man of my word. Titan of Services, are you supposed to be blurred too, or is that my bad quality? That might just be my stream connection, or it could be your end. I don't know. This Predator Concrete Jungle soundtrack's not too bad, is it? I don't know how much you guys can actually hear it because I've got it probably turned down, but it's pretty good. Hey man, that's pretty good. Hey man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. David asks thoughts on Jurassic Park comics. Fun. Never not so clever at this. So YouTube has recommended me a litany of Alien audiobooks. Now it got me thinking, what is your favourite movie novelization? I can't really think of one specifically because I don't really read many movie novelizations. I think the only ones I've read are Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3. They're the only ones I've read. However, my other half asked me what did I want for Christmas, and there's this adaptation of oh god, who did it? It's an Alien 3 script that never came to be movie-wise, but they turned it into a. They did turn it into an audiobook, but they also turned it into a comic book. And that's an adaptation of a script, so I'm going to class it as a movie, not a novelization, but it is a script. That's really cool, and I can't wait to read it properly. I've listened to it. I haven't read it. But my wife was like, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, I'll send her that. Why not? Give me some reading. I can't remember who wrote it though. I'm forgetting. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's like an alternate Alien 3. It's quite fascinating. But it does make me think that, like, because of the divided opinions on Alien 3, it's like only they would greenlight something like that. Because they wouldn't do that for Aliens, would they? Greenlight a alternate sequel to Alien, which was a script for Aliens that never saw the light of day. Gary Pfeiffer says, are all the 9-10 species in this episode or the next or both? A combination of the both. There's one animal you're probably not going to see until the last episode. Never not so clever at this is. There are quite a lot of Alien books all over the timeline, and most play fast and loose with the canon. I kind of think that universe is an anthology series, yeah, but what I meant was, like, they've never. Has there ever been like a comic book adaptation that is to, in some respect, retcon aliens like from the timeline? And I don't mean like a legit retcon, because obviously the films are the hard canon or whatever. But like, I mean, there's been several comic books that I know in the Alien series that go off from the end of Aliens to tell an alternate to Alien 3. I can't think of any time in the franchise where they've tried to do that to other movies. It just seems to be like Alien 3 gets the brunt of it because they killed Newton Hicks or whatever. It's like butthurt Alien fans. Aliens fans, sorry. I'm gonna write a comic that undoes everything we know about Alien 3. Yeah. That'll show him. That'll show him, man. Oh, hello, the Eggman, and happy birthday. It's awesome to hear. Yeah, I do them every Tuesday, 12 till 3 UK time. Gary Fife says, is the creature from Asia? And I'll say, no. No, it's not. Never Not So Clever This says, I don't know if this counts as a retcon, but Alien Out of the Shadows inserts another Ripley story between Alien and Aliens. Actually, no, you know what? I stand corrected. You're right. No, that is what they do, but I guess they don't retcon the story of Aliens for the sake of it. Maybe if I... You're right, actually. That is a story. That's an audiobook, right? That takes place in between Alien and Aliens, which to me already is a bit like, oh god, like why didn't Ripley mention any of this in Aliens? And they probably got some cockamamie like answer in the actual thing, but like but that doesn't retcon Aliens from the series, whereas like a lot of the stuff I'm talking about like actively takes Alien 3 storyline and basically says it doesn't happen. The Eggman says, I've got to go feed some chickens, I'll be right back. And Titan of Serpent says, he truly is the Eggman. The Acro34, hello, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling fine all the time. Feeling fine all the time. Memories got lost in the hypersleep dreams. Really? Her memories got lost in a hypersleep dream. Yeah. Stupid. I just wish, like... That's the problem with Alien. It's like everyone wants to set it around the time of Alien and Aliens. It's like you've got an entire. You can do whatever you want. Why are you limiting yourself to the time frame of Alien and Aliens? Like, Jesus. So uninteresting to me. I mean, you can get some cool stuff out of it. Like Alien Isolation storyline is pretty good, but at the same time, it's like it's a really been there, done that type story. I'm good, Acro34. I'm good. Okay, I believe that's another one done. Just need to add some blue here. Yes, I like Predator, Acro. And David asks, thoughts on John Carter? Absolutely love that movie. It's a brilliant film. It's a shame that Andrew Stanton couldn't do his trilogy that you had planned. But no, I really love that movie. It's solid fun. What's my favourite Predator film? Asked the Acro. Predator 2. Never Not So Clever at This is the sequel to what was it called again? The sequel to Out of the Shadows. Alien Out of the Shadows was called Sea of Sorrows. References the crash in Alien Resurrection as being hundreds of years old. Oof. Well, see, yeah, at least they're doing something interesting. There you go. But, you know, I'm going to be petty now. It's like you have all this time to explore, and you choose to go in between Alien and Aliens, which is like, okay, nostalgia bait right there, and then you go to Alien Resurrection. I haven't seen Raised by Wolves, Gary. And David, Breaking Bad I saw ages ago, and I thought it was alright. It was a bit depressing. The acting was great. Not going to lie about that. I'll lie about everything else, though. No. Yeah, no, it wasn't exactly my cup of tea. What's this music? La Flaminga. Never Not So Clever at This says, oh, and Ripley's descendants are psychic. It's a real Judge Dredd vibe. Yeah, no, I don't like the sound of that at all. and change this music. I'm gonna go back to the classic, the Golden Compass soundtrack. Do 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 do. Get back to the classic Jack streaming music. Let's get this. Try and get this right. Wondering if I've made the tail too thick on this one. I'll just try and go back and change some of these tails. Got some thick tail. Oop, nope. Hello, Big Shark. How we doing? Nice. Okay, 17. I want this to be going round like that. Big Shark says, I just saw the photos on your Instagram. Yes, Big Shark, you made a action figure of Bill from Dino-Defenders and the Megaraptor, and you had them, like, you made a little story. It was really cool to see, man. That Bill figure looks great. Looks really good. I didn't know if you were on Instagram, so I didn't know if there was an account I could link so people could go find you, but so let me know if you do have Instagram, because then I can actually put you in the description of it. Okay, let's bring that down. Okay, I think we're getting the tail right now. That's good. Do you have Instagram, says the Acro34. I do. If you go onto my YouTube channel, and in the top banner, you'll see there's the little Instagram logo. Click that and it should take you straight to it. Or maybe I should put links in my description of my videos or whatever, but I don't know. Gary5 says, does the tail have a whip end? You can't have pie without cool whip. Yes, it has an extremely long tail. Titan of Serpent says, I've seen pictures of the mantis alien, and I don't even know how a facehugger would latch onto something as small as a mantis. I think the idea from, because that comes from Operation Aliens, the old cancelled Aliens cartoon show from the early 90s or late 80s or some around that time. And I think the only actual remnants of that TV show that made it out into the public was the Kenner Aliens toy line, which was very much based off the action figures were based off the proposed cartoon, and a board game called Operation Aliens. And I believe there's some like stills of what the cartoon would look like or whatever online. But that said, I believe in the storyline of that, if I remember correctly, it was like they genetically engineered the aliens using the aliens' DNA with other animals' DNA. It wasn't like a facehugger managed to get onto a mantis. I believe the scientists had like somehow blended them together. Okay, you used to have Instagram. David asks, what are some movies you've not seen that you want to see? Without saying the usual suspects, like the next Jurassic or whatever. I really want to watch the 10 Commandments. That old film. There's an old horror film called The Old Dark House, which I really want to see. I don't know. There's a lot of films I want to see. But I just can't name them. Oh, I did look up that Barracuda film. I can't remember who was watching it now. Someone in the stream mentioned they watched Barracuda. I looked it up on Tubi, and there was an actual issue with the video, so it said Tubi was looking into it, which was really annoying. But I was actually going to watch it, and I still haven't watched the new Bloomin' Primal yet. So when you got a baby, there's just finding time where you're alone and you can watch it. And because I work in the early mornings, so I work 3 a.m. till 8 a.m. at the job I took up during the first lockdown, because I was being furloughed from my other job, and we had the baby on the way, and I needed some more money on the needed money, so I took up this job, and it starts at 3 a.m. till 8, so I have to go to bed really early, and it's just finding the time to sit down and watch 2 episodes of Primal. I will get around to it eventually. Titan of Sub says I was the one watching Barracuda. Oh, nice. There you go. There you go. I've heard of the cartoon, and I wonder if it would have been for kids and they would have found a way around the violence, or if it was going to be for adults. I think Operation Aliens was going to be for kids. Like, I think it was meant to be like a Saturday morning, almost like, Ghostbusters Extreme or whatever. Hello, Freaky Boy John Dog. He said, I really want to see The Lighthouse, heard a lot about it, and Willem Dafoe is always a delight, and also, hello everyone. Hello, Freaky Boy John Dog. I went to the cinema and saw The Lighthouse. Get me. Big shot Jack going to the pictures to watch The Lighthouse. It's one of the last films I saw at the cinema before all this lockdown malarkey. I enjoyed it for what it was. It wasn't exactly what I wanted from it, if that makes sense. Like, I had an expectation, and obviously you can't really judge a film on your own expectation, because the film is the film. You have to judge it as the final thing. But the way it was set up, I was like, oh, this is going to be like exactly my cup of tea. And then it went down this way that I was like, okay, I can see what they're doing, but I'm more interested in the film that I had in my head in the end. But it was good. It was funny. It had some horrifying moments. It had some moments to stick with you, kind of thing. But it had this other thing, which I won't give away what it is, but they do this thing constantly through the film, and it's really annoying, and it's meant to be annoying. And every time it happened, I was like, oh god, they're doing it again. It's really annoying. And so I don't know if the film's annoying on purpose, does it make it good when you're actually annoyed by it? I don't know, but yeah. No, I haven't seen the Invisible Man remake. Big Shark says this thing looks like there's moss on it. I was surprised to see that Barracuda was a PG. I was a bit disappointed. I was expecting like a 15. I was like, oh, I want it to be like gruesome. But I guess because it's trying to be Jaws, they were trying to go for that sort of family market kind of thing, I guess. Maybe this is the first time anyone's ever admitted they were disappointed in Barracuda. What camera do you use? It's a really cheapy looking one. I need to get a better webcam. So that's another one. Right, so we're on to T18. The animation cell for this creature. Number 18. We have done 1, 2, 3 so far in the stream, and it's been an hour long. So that's you can see why these frames take so long to do, especially if there's a lot going on. Hey, we get to get some done. Big Shark says, "Have you watched Ghost Shark?" No, not in its entirety. I've seen clips, and it cracked me up. Yaroslav was showing me and Clayton clips, and we were cracking up. But no, I haven't actually watched it in full. It's blurry because it's cheap. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I can, if you want, I can make me a little bit bigger. Yes. Yeah, up the colour a little bit. Yeah. I've never seen Van Helsing, David, so I have no thoughts on it. That's one of the films actually we were planning on doing as a commentary on my channel with Clayton and the others, with like Sick Triceratops and all that, because I'd never seen it and they were like, oh, you should watch it, and then I was like, oh, we should do it as a live stream. The Hugh Jackman one. Yeah, that's the one. Never seen it. Freaky Boy says he's been playing Alien Isolation again. He's forgotten how nerve-wracking it is. Hard to believe it's already 6 years old. Yes. What's all that red stuff, says Gary Pfeiffer. I'm not telling you anything. I'm not telling you anything. Do you not see the big spoiler sign right here? It says blurred for spoilers. I ain't telling you anything about what this is. See you later, Titan. Cheers for popping by. Cheers for popping by. I ain't telling you shit, partner. I ain't telling you a goddamn thing. I ain't telling you a goddamn thing. It's funny because I'm like, usually when I'm drawing, I'm talking about what I'm drawing, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to add a little bit here, I'm going to do this over there. But I'm quite nervous about accidentally spilling what it is. Big Shark says, it's a goddamn alien. Alien. It's a goddamn alien. It's a goddamn alien, man. It's coming out of its flying saucer. It's coming to kill us, man! Feeling nuts. What's in this IPA? Never not so clever at this as you've got a strong American accent. God damn. When I went to Amsterdam a few years back with some friends, when we were like in our early 20s, when we were going on a silly boys Amsterdam trip, I met up with this American guy from Idaho who'd won $50,000 on a scratch card, and he was traveling across Europe, and he was teaching me the Idaho accent. He's like, okay, man, let's talk about the Idaho accent. I'll teach you all about it, and I don't even know if this is going to be a good one. But we're going to try. Try and do the Idaho accent, man. He'd won 50,000 on a scratchy. And he was traveling all across Europe, man. That's what he sounded like. And he was trying my accent and I was trying his. Now, he claimed at the time that my accent was alright. But I have no idea, really. Because, you know, if we're in Amsterdam, we might have been under the certain influence of something, and maybe our opinions were a little bit compromised. Let's just leave it at that. Zul says, game over, man. It's game over. Big Shark says, I love Peter Keys. It's a fucking alien. The lions, the tigers, the bears. Oh my. Sounds more California, but I don't know. What about the Alabama accent? I have no idea what even the Alabama accent sounds like. Someone was telling me that if you wanted to do like an American accent, one of the things you have to do is try not to put your tongue on the top of your mouth when you say the T's and the R's, which for a British person is virtually impossible to do, because we always put our tongue on the top of our mouths when we say T's. R is a little bit better to do, but to not put your tongue on the top of your mouth when you say T, I think he was lying to me. I think that was the same guy, actually. The guy from Idaho told me that. Idaho. Yeah, good guy. $50,000 on a scratchy. 50,000 on a scratchy, man. Man. That was a Bill Clay moment, if I've ever heard one. Says, never not so clever at this. Bill Clay. Man. Man. Bill Clay, the accent man. Big Shark says, it's almost like this animal is raising up, like it just woke up. The beast has woken up. My name is Commander Worf, and this beast has just woken up. The Klingon Empire. The beast has arisen. The beast has arisen. I don't know what's going on today. Bit crazy from all the spoilers. No, I haven't seen Raging Bull, David. Come on, David, next question. Come on. It's taking too long. Where's the next question? Zul says, what I loved to do is impressions. Bill Clinton or Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold is my top pick, of course. Everyone does an Arnold impression. Everyone does. It has to be done. Gary Pfeiffer says, release the Kraken. Well. Release The Kraken. Big Shark says, try and do William H. Macy. Okay, this is going to be hilarious. Okay, I'm going to try my best to do a William H. Macy impression. Specifically Paul Kirby. Okay, let me just think. How's it going, Billy? I can't think of a substantial amount of lines to do. Not just, how's it going, Billy? I've chartered an airplane off the coast of Isla Sorna, and I want you to be our guide. I can write all the numbers on this check, Dr. Grant. I don't know if that's good. Amanda, honey, Dr. Grant says that's a bad idea. What's a bad idea? I don't know if that's good or not. Eric's a smart kid. Sound a little bit more like Luke Skywalker. Power converters. Okay, that's another one done. Ilya says those dinos are attacking someone. I'm just gonna make that sort of sinister music, stupid sinister music, whenever anyone brings up what they believe is happening in this picture. Because there's only so many times I can say, you'll have to wait and see. You'll have to wait and see. So now my spoiler noise is sinister music, but through spoken word. Through the mouth. Through the mouth, sinister music. Is that Mario Dungeon music? Says Never Not So Clever at This. No, it's I believe it's a combination of oh god, I forget the name of the composition. It's like that and the opening credits music for Pineapple Express, where it's like and then I'm just making up other bits as well. It's just silliness. That's what it is. It's just silly. David says, well, my time is up. I've got to go. Hope everyone has a great rest of the day. See you later, David. Thank you very much for popping by. Oh, Toccata and Fugue in D minor. Yeah. Gary says, people are leaving here this early, and Zul's like, it's 9 p.m. here, Gary. 9 p.m. 9 p.m. That's so early. I'm with Gary. It's too early. Why are you leaving? Is it your beddy, boys? I'm only pulling your leg. Okay, that's looking pretty good so far. Right, add the colour again. So you can see how long it takes to do this, considering how since I started an hour and 50 minutes ago, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 this will be the 5th animation cells. Do 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 do. So, as some of you might know, because I posted it in Discord, I might be live streaming for a little bit tomorrow as well. So an extra bonus little live stream. Maybe. It's all dependent on the weather. Because my wife's going out for a walk with my sister. And obviously this whole bloomin' COVID, the crappy rules they've put in and all this sort of stuff, basically means I can't go. So I figured, you know what, that might give me some time to do an extra little live stream for everyone here. So I might even be back doing this exact same thing tomorrow. Never Not So Clever, this says there's a Discord. It's the Jurassic Fans Discord. So if you go on the Chaos Theorem Twitter, I posted a link on there to the Jurassic Fans Discord group, and it's like an open group, anyone can just join. And we tend to just talk about Dino-Defenders and other stuff in there. Okay. You should stick to your assignments, Zool. He says, I would have blown up the chat, but my feckin' assignments always getting in the way. Your assignments are more important than the Jurassic fans Discord group chat. Azul says it's boring, Jack. Boring. But that's the point, isn't it? You've got to be at one with the thing that you think's boring. You got to sacrifice in the present for good stuff in the future. See, now I'm a dad. This is where I can come out with all my responsibility talks. Wag my finger. Big Shark 9000 says, what would be your next Jurassic misconception? I'd have to look at the list and see. There's not really many. I mean, it's just lots of little like picky bits. Not much. Like one of them's like Owen Grady is not a Gary Stu or whatever. When people say Owen Grady is like a Gary Stu, that doesn't make sense because he seems to fail all the time. And a Gary Stu is meant to be a character who just gets everything right all the time and doesn't get hurt in the process. And it's like Owen might not get like really physically hurt, but he does get things wrong all the time. Like, come on, he sets his raptors on the Indominus and what, the raptors all die and then he's left to just cower in a shed with the kids, and then Claire comes along and, you know, with the T-Rex and sort of essentially saves the day. So it doesn't really sound like a Gary Stu to me. Same with in Fallen Kingdom when he walks into the bedroom and saves Maisie from the Megaraptor, from the Indoraptor. You know, he goes and shoots the Indoraptor and the bullets have no effect on it. So that fails. Never Not So Clever at This says, how long are you going to wait to show Kiddo Jurassic Park? She'll probably end up watching it when I see it. when she's, like, I mean, technically we've already watched it together already. She's been asleep on me when I've watched it. I watched Fallen Kingdom and the original film. And Jurassic World. But to properly watch it, probably 4 or 5, maybe like when I was a kid, but I don't know if she'll have the same reaction I did when I was little. Times are different, man. Big Shark says, if you check Discord, I talked about why Nick was not with the group. He went to Hammond. Well, before he turned up at Eddie's garage or wherever it was. No, when the bull attacked San Diego. What was Nick doing at Hammond's there? What was he doing? Here's that foot rub I owe you, Mr. Hammond. Oh, he gave him the footage, says Big Shark. Didn't he lose the footage? Like, didn't he lose the footage when the thing went over when the trailer went over the cliff? So I don't think we ever see him with his camcorder, like after the T-Rexes attack the trailer, right? Nick loses his footage. Gary Pfeiffer says, why is the new sauropod orange-faced and blue-legged like the Megaraptor? Seems counterintuitive to me. I wonder why. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do. I need to open up a big spoiler file to look at something quickly. Okay. Let's get busy. Let's get busy. Freaky Boy John Dog says, imagine a Roland Tembo biography novel. That would be really interesting. Yes, that would actually be kind of cool. But I bet everyone would be like, oh, he's going to write a biography about his time on the island. But it's like, I wonder what you could glean from that novel. Like, what could you glean from the thoughts of Roland Tembo after he didn't want to spend any more time in the company of death? Gary Fife says a diplodocoid, and Big Shark says I think it's a hybrid. Wood 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 wood. I'm in a really cheeky, stupid mood today. Have you seen Spaceballs? Big Shark asks. Many years ago. I haven't watched it recently. Oh, what's going on? Why is Photoshop paused? No, there we go. Good. Don't you break on me now, Photoshop. So funny, like, I don't know if it's just because I don't notice them, but like when I'm in the living room and I'm not streaming, it always seems like there's no sirens go past, but then whenever I stream, it's like the emergency services kick into gear. Now, I'm not trying to be like, they're doing their job. I'm not actually complaining about them because, you know, that would be disrespectful to anyone who might be in an actual emergency situation, but it always just strikes me a bit odd. Never Not So Clever at This asks, do you have a set voices or / accents for how you hear the characters as you write them? No, actually. No. Okay. Buzz is just your average stoner voice. Yeah, I honestly don't. Yeah, I don't imagine voices when I write it. I just write it. I guess like if I read them back, I hear them in my head. I guess in sort of for the more feminine characters, I'll hear them in sort of a more feminine voice in my head, but I don't really hear at a specific accents or anything like that. See you later, big freaky boy John Dog. Thank you very much for popping by. Okay, that's again, we're going to push the colour down like that. Okay, we have another one done. Another one has been done. Another one has been done. Okay, so we've got one more to do, and then so the creature at the moment is like about to pounce, and so this next one is like one more frame of it like crouched down, and then the next frame is going to be it starting to go coming forward. So And then because it's going to be coming forward at a speed, there's going to be like less frames to do. So we might, I mean, it's, no, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get it done, but we might get it done today. Your last stream had 14 people, everyone dropping like flies, says Big Shark. Well, last stream was on a Sunday, bear in mind, so it was the weekend, so more people have it off. Never Not So Clever, they said, could tell us some detail fluff we might not otherwise get in DDEX, like how big is Rose's company, how long has she been a bigwig there? Okay, so Rose doesn't specifically have a company. She's a genetic scientist, but she's not a... She doesn't own a company. She's not like Hammond. Well, Hammond was funded by investors, Big Shark, but obviously that was like Jurassic Park had investors or whatever. But he had InGen, which was doing the preliminary work. But Rose has investors. You're right, Rose has investors in even just getting the... Yeah, she is like Wu, yeah. She's like if Wu was running the show. God, this is... When you're dealing with long things, it's a lot harder to do. Animation. Never Not So Clever at this is, does Kate have the hots for Mia? Or am I overthinking this? You're overthinking it. Big Shark says, I can't wait to see the hidden one. Are you referring to what I'm drawing right now as the hidden one? Or are you talking about the species that has yet to be revealed at all? Oh, you have your characters mixed up. Jess. Okay. I might need to change the neck. Does Jess have the hots for Mia? Well, you'll have to wait and see. Do-do-do! Do-do-do-do. Okay. Big Shark says probably unless the end of this Mia gets with Kyle. Oh, you'll have to wait and see. And because Gary Pfeiffer said if I'm going to be that loud, tend the baba, I'm going to say doo-doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, woo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Never Not So Clever at This says, we still don't know who survived the wreck. Mia might already be 8. I wouldn't kill anyone off screen like that. Big Shark says, well, I can tell that Kyle and Mia are alright. Remember the David didn't make the Alien. Oh yeah, the David didn't make the Alien stream. Yeah, I showed that they were alive in that. Never Not So Clever at This asks, is there any one bit of software or kit you would use for making the series? Is there any one bit of software or kit? No, I need the combination of like loads of things. I need Photoshop, I need VideoPad, I need a working computer, I need a tablet. I need the drive as well. Hello, Derek Porter. How are we doing? Okay. Gonna have some more ale. Some more ale. To ale my sorrows. Arr. Drink some more ale. Wash down your sorrows, boy. You've got some dinosaurs to draw. I will say that this animal is currently stood in water. So once I've got all these animation cells done, and then in the edit, and I like the way it moves and stuff, then I'll go back and with each individual frame I'll add in water ripples around its feet, I'll add in motion blur around parts of its body. So there's still quite a bit to go with this thing. Big Shark says,
"Where's the raptor wrangler?"
Animal behaviorist. And you are Great White Hunter? Great White Hunter? Wheatley? Are you a Great White Hunter? Is that who you are? Gary says, correction, Jack. You've got a dinosaur to keep remodeling to perfection as you are. Yes, yes. I've got to create these living beasts. I am Dr. Wu. This is art. Yeah, I wish there was more Wheatley in the film, Big Shark. It would have been nice to have gotten a scene where, like, after they've got the dinosaurs to Lockwood Manor, we had a scene of him, like, in amongst all the caged dinosaurs, like, working with his men or something, like, putting them away, and we got maybe a bit more insight into what animals they had. That would have been nice. Okay, so we've got this done. I just want to change the teeth. And once I've got this done, I will be painting the beep launching forward and going into full attack mode, which is going to be fun to draw because I've been thinking about this moment where the beep goes into full attack mode for some time, and yeah, it's going to be fun to do, I think. Yeah, I don't have a censored sound effect or anything. That's interesting. Okay, so let's get the next frame done. Number 22 of the animation cell. It's beeping, run for your goddamn lives. Big Shark says, so they're small unless the brush is bigger. There is some brush in the foreground in this, so it might look bigger. Never Not So Clever at This says, or are we being misled and this is some kind of prehistoric dinosaur hunting plant? Well, who knows? Well, I do. I know. Delta Flame says, the dinosaur shadows look like they're getting closer to your window. Actually, that's needs to be like This is such a crazy creature to animate. Oh my god. It's almost like a video game. It's like I have to try and get it right. Nope. Yep. That'll do. Big Shark 9000 says, do you think episode 4 will upset people? No. Not really. It might make some people go, what? But yeah, I'm not worried about it like actually upsetting people or anything. Okay, so we're starting to get this launch up into the air. Delta Film says, Dino Dan, Dinosaur King and Dino Squad are the only good dinosaur shows aimed at kids. All the others are almost complete crap. Well, I'll take your word for it because I don't watch those. Big Shark says, so it's not Jurassic Park. This sucks. 1 star. Derek Porter said, how would a show about dinosaurs upset people? Oh, they'd find a way. Life would find a way, as you once so eloquently put it. I've just noticed that this is probably a bit too small. It's better. All right. Oh, I can hear my daughter crying. They've just got back from their trip out into the city. My wife and my daughter were visiting a friend. And it sounds to me, because they have different cries, sounds to me like that's a I've just woken up from a nap cry. Like, I've just woken up, I'm cold from being outside. Where am I? What's going on? Give me milk. That's what it sounds like. Tend the babbers. Yeah, I will do after this. We were having a lovely morning, me and her. You guys might be able to hear her on stream. I can hear my wife talking to her. The poor babies. The poor little babies. Bless her. Yeah, that's definitely a wake up from... I've woken up from sleep cry. Big Shark says, I'll probably love episode 4, rewatched it 10 times, or episode 3 is your favourite. I think you'll really love episode 4. Episode 4 has all the reveals in it. All the reveals. All the reveals of like everything that's at play. It obviously doesn't answer what happens in episode 5, but everything you'll need to know story-wise gets answered in episode 4. Except for maybe one thing, but there are 2 things actually if we include the hidden dinosaur. Never Not So Clever that says, do you work in chronological order of the story? Yes. Yes, I do. I find it's just easier to work that way. So like this frame I'm working on right now is technically the very... I mean, I've done backgrounds for frames that are coming up later, but this frame is like the very latest frame I'm working on. This is the freshest frame. Can't get any more fresh than this one. Big Shark says, so Buzz is going to wake up from an acid trip episode 5, right? Well, you know he's asleep in episode 1, right? That's it, he just wakes up then, and the helicopter lands, and it is just a normal reptile farm. It's not what Victor talks about when he's like, does this look like any normal reptile farm to Hank? He's like, nah, it is. It's just a normal one. There's just crocodiles and some monitor lizards. Gary Pfeiffer says, let's just hope there's some dramatic happens between Rose and Mia. Big Shark says, she doesn't even know Rose is hurt. Yeah, you think Wesley doesn't even realise that John is dead? There's a lot to cover in these next episodes. But that's why, again, I'm like not putting like a time code on these. Like I know on the Patreon I said, oh, each episode's going to be like 10 to 15 minutes long each, and it's like, that was silly of me to say, because 2 of the episodes are over like, well, all of them are over 15 minutes, including credits. And so I'm literally just going to make episode 4 until it's done. Until it's at the point where I know I want to end episode 4, and then I'll go, that's how long it is. So if it turns out to be like, if it turns out to be 10 minutes long, which it won't, but if it did turn out to be 10 minutes long, that's fine, that's how long it is. If it turns out to be 30 minutes long, that's fine, that's how long it is. That's the good thing about not like being an actual set to a television schedule or something, you know, where you got like 30 minutes, you got to get it done, or it's got to be 20 minutes and then it will stretch to 30 because of ad breaks or anything like that. It's like none of that with this, because it's the internet. It could be as long as I want it to be. Buzz just watched his best friend die right in front of him, says Big Shark. Big Shark 9000 says Greg better do more than just sit on his ass. Oh, Greggy boy, I think you'll like what happens with Greg. Never Not So Clever that says, oh god, the pixelation Dino preview is like a horrible shrieking demon now. I'm just going to very quickly nip to the toilet and I'll be back like super quick, okay? This ale has gone right through me, I'll tell you. Okay, I'm back. Let's hope he unmutes himself when he comes back. Yes, I did. Oh, I should have. Yep. Alright, so on to the next one. Lovely. Ooh. So now I have to move this beast forward more. Never Not So Clever at this says, alright chat, let's place bets. How many people are going to die in episode 4? My money's on 3 at least. Well, I'm not going to tell you, but I do have it listed here. I already calculated what's going to happen, so I have a page where I have all the characters' names, who they are, and I have a highlighter for who lives and who dies in each episode. So I can tell you. Okay, interesting. Big Chuck says, I wish you kept your old Tremors commentary. I would have gladly have rewatched that. Oh, I listened back to it, and just the sound on my end was like unlistenable. It was really grating. I was like, it's a shame, but it just didn't work for me. Gary First says, where'd you come up with the names for your characters, Jack? Jude, I know I got from Alien Free. I was like, I like that name because there's a character in there called Jude. There's a character in there called Alien Free. No, there's a character in there called Jude. Rose, because her name's Rose Anchor. I thought Titanic. That's why her last name's Anchor, because I just thought it'd be kind of funny to pay homage to Rose from Titanic with a character. Trying to think where I got some of the other ones. A lot of them I did just come up with myself. I was thinking, what names do I not usually hear and also sound like they could be in something like Alien or something like Jurassic Park, like what if that orange is flames, says Big Shark. Oh, I know. John, the character John, his last name's Cambria. I got Cambria from Coheed and Cambria, which is one of my favourite bands. Big Shark says, when I see blood I get weirded out. I don't know why. He was talking in reference to being a grim guy, because someone said it's grim that there could be flames on the dinosaur. Yeah, I mean, I know I said that this show's going to be like have gore or whatever, but it's going to be tastefully done. I don't want it to be like too gratuitous. Like, you're not going to get people with their like intestines hanging out and they're like, "Blah!" Like what you get with the Jurassic Park book. Okay, I'm going to try and double my speed now. I'm going to try and do this quick, because I just looked at the time and we've got like 40 minutes, and I wonder if I can speed paint a lot of these frames. So let's see how fast we can do. I'm on number 23 at the moment. Animation cell number 23 for the beep. And we'll see how fast we can get this done. This guy's basically got to launch towards the camera. I've got to deal with 4 legs as well, so, but because it's launching up, like, it's like it's now currently it's technically bipedal, but I've got to do it like landing its front legs down and then bringing its back legs forward and all that. Never Not So Clever at This is Carnosaur, cheesy classic or underwhelming schlock? I would say I would go with underwhelming schlock out of those two categories. Gary Pfeiffer says, oh, then it's either a prosauropod or a very large sauropodomorph. You're gonna have to keep on guessing, keep on guessing, keep on guessing, keep on guessing. Dragging it out till the answer will be boring. When you find out what it is, then you'll be like, oh, not as exciting as all the guesses, but it's funny because we've kept it a big old secret for no real reason. Could have shown you animation cells. Gary Pfeiffer says, you're going to do that every time we're wrong, Jack. No, I do it whether you're right or wrong. That's what I said, like, I'll do that whenever you say anything, because it keeps me, it's like almost like a poker face. I can just keep making that noise and you'll never guess which is the real one or not. If this is going to be an ongoing thing, says Never Not So Clever at This, I'll have to set you up a soundboard so that music can play. Yeah. You think, like, I've got 7 more of these to do. Not exactly, obviously, the same animation, but like 7 more creatures to animate in this same frame. So, I think 7, maybe even more. Okay. Right. Layer, new. We'll go number 24. And we're at it again. Let's do this. Wait to crack open another drink. Big Shark says, but the question remains, is it a Protosauria? I hope it's Northosaurus. We'll have to wait and see. Ilya says it's a dinosaur. Wait, where did its head go in those last few frames? Oh, so it should. Basically be like that. You know what, maybe I'll make it even bigger, because be launching forwards, so might as well give it some speed. I can't even begin to tell you guys how long this episode is going to take. Oh my god. There's a whole Megalosaurus attack sequence later on in the episode. It's just like I've set the bar very high for this episode in terms of like what happens in it. Not that I'm not complaining. I'm really excited to get it done, but my god, it's going to take ages. Wait, where's that file I opened a minute ago? Okay. We're in it for the long haul. It's funny because if I did actually meet the Patreon goal, you know, I reckon I could get episode 4 out before Easter. Like let's say by a miracle it becomes like found by people and they're like, oh yeah, this is let's fund this thing. For sake of argument, let's say that happens. I reckon that means I would quit one of my jobs out of the 2 that I've got currently, because this would be enough sufficient job to see me through for that time. And I reckon I could get it at least the animation done by Easter, and then off to the or maybe even sooner than that actually, because I do work quite fast when I have to. Big Shark 9 says episode 5 is going to take another year, right? I wish I could predict that thing, but like episode 5 is the one that I need to do a lot of work on. And I don't know how long it's going to take, because I don't know how much animation I'm going to need for that. Like, this is what I mean. It's like, that's why I set up the Patreon over doing something like a Kickstarter, because it's going to be an ongoing thing. So I'm literally going to be working on everything until it's just done. And episode 5 is such a big episode. Episode 4 might be the biggest in terms of dinosaur animation. But episode 5 obviously is the big conclusion, and one of the things, obviously without going into spoilers, one of the big things I'll be dealing with in episode 5 is water. And that needs a lot of animation. Saying that though, I say that, and then when I was working on episodes 1 and 2, and even the beginning of episode 3, I knew I wanted to have the moment where the tower would fall, the communications tower that points up into the sky. I knew I wanted to have that get hit by the helicopter, crumble, and then hit the base and like just take down every other tower and stuff like that. And I was dreading animating that because I was like, how am I going to do this? Because I can barely animate a sauropod lifting its head up. And then I was like, but I've got this idea of like the tower falls and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, how am I going to do it? And obviously it's been out since June now, and it's great. Like, I'm really proud of that ending of that episode. So I say all this about episodes 4 and 5. So, but I don't know. Maybe it's not as bad as I'm expecting it to be. Maybe it'll be all right. So also the thing is, I think I have an issue with marketing myself. I really think that's an issue of mine. Like, because I don't sit there and really market my Dino-Defenders every single day. Like, there's people who will start like a YouTube channel or whatever, and then they'll be constantly pushing it on their social medias, all this sort of stuff, like every single day, like something comes out and they mention something else they're doing, or they're on their Instagram stories doing something, and I don't know, there's like, they get involved with other stuff and that, and I don't know, but I kind of keep to myself for the most part. You know, yeah, I'll reach out, I'll talk to Clayton every now and then, and I'll post something little on my Instagram, but I don't like market on Twitter or anything like that anymore. Well, I mean, the Chaos Theorem one does, but Chaos Theorem doesn't get much traction. So I think I do have a bit of an issue with like marketing myself, if I'm honest. I'm kind of stuck with like how I could improve that. Like, get the word out, because I think there are enough people out there in the world who would really get behind this project if they were exposed to it, but it's getting the word out there that's the hardest part. And obviously I'm not available all the time to work on stuff, like promotional stuff. I don't have all the time in the world to sit down and really market it. So I don't know, maybe I can, like when the episode's about to come out, I make all those promotional posts and stuff. That's really good. But like during these lull periods where like we're working on it like this, it's like technically now is the time that it needs the most support, like times like these. But there's always that thing in the back of my head going, I don't know if I've done enough to like get people aware of this. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I mean, I have had a few people watch the episodes and then join the Patreon. That's good. So the episodes do help. They kind of market themselves, and hopefully they're getting out there a bit more, you know, as they garner more views. The algorithm pushes them out there a bit more so more people can see them. But we'll see what happens. Big Shark says, I can't wait to see the full-length movie. Yeah, so something I've been thinking about with the full-length movie, speaking of marketing and exposure and all that sort of stuff, is I'm wondering if once I've got the full movie done, I'm wondering if it's possible to put that on like Amazon Prime or something. Like actually get it on Amazon, because I believe you can get really anything on Amazon as long as you get the permission to do it. It's like an open marketplace, so I wonder if that's possible. Okay, that took far too long to do that. I was too busy talking. The blue. I would want a DVD of this, says Big Shark. Yeah, I am thinking of stuff like that, like how to get it out on like maybe even a Blu-ray, like even just if it's a limited run for a certain number of people to get it. Like there are ways I think I can do it. Maybe that's what I should call this stream. I should call this stream "How to Explode Your YouTube Views." Like a really clickbaity title like that. How to blow up your YouTube views, and then people will see this video expecting, oh, this is how you blow up your YouTube views, and then it will get like millions of views of people looking up that. They might turn around and be like, you know, this guy just conned us into watching his video, but I'm watching his video and I like dinosaurs, and I think this guy needs some support behind his dinosaur project. Maybe that's how I do it, you know? Just con people. Big Shark says, have there been scenes you just think of and you just put it in? Yes. Yeah. Oh, many scenes I just go, oh no, yeah, I should put that in there, and then I work a way around getting it in. There's an example, I can't talk about it, but there is an example in episode 4 of that, like a prime example of that. Never Not So Clever at This says, here's an oddball question. When you're working as a law advisor, what is your approach to fixing or otherwise addressing plot holes? First thing I ask is it worth fixing at all? Because it might create more problems that make it not worth doing. That's basically the main thing, actually, is like just thinking, is it worth fixing this plot hole? Picking Edward Water Lettuce says dinosaur. Yes, dinosaur. Hello, Krask. Hey, Krask, he's turned up in the last 15. Where you been, Krask? Where have you been? What I want to do is now put shadow under this. But yeah, like when it comes to plot holes, I think, is this worth fixing? And then I think, how fixable is it? Or is it just gonna like make loads of things worse? Picking Edward Water Lettuce says, "This is the third time I have said dinosaur when first joining the stream." I know, yeah, I know you and your dinosaur message. Right, okay, so we've got time for maybe one more. We didn't get this done, but I'll probably get it finished on Friday. So let's get this. I'll end this stream with an exclusive image from episode 4, shall I? Like once I've done this. I'm going to cut the head out of this one. Big Shark says, I get the feeling that this animal might be blind. I don't know why. Wood, 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 wood. Wood, 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 wood. I'm an idiot. Stupid boy. The orange pixels look like a gaping mouth. Says Ilya. Picking Edward that Water Lettuce says, I am getting JP the Game Trudon vibes from that statement. Never Not So Clever. This says Amazon just gave you the green light to draft Tremors 7. What's the hook? Ooh, okay. Ooh, what would I do for Tremors 7? You're going to have to let me think about that. I don't know, maybe I'd just throw... Maybe I'd just throw it back in their face and say, leave Tremors alone, you monsters. Is this the Megaraptor in a swamp, says Ilya? I'm sorry. That really annoys people, this stream. I apologise. Okay, so I think that I'm done with that. See, this one will be quicker to do because the head is done. Is it blind? Is it small? It makes nests in human flesh. Is this a Trudon? Says E. Picking Edward Water Lettuce. No, it's not a Trudon. See you later, Gary. Thank you very much. He says, see you Sunday or next week from now. It'll be Sunday, the next stream. Oh, no, it'll be tomorrow. It might be tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Keep your eye out. Maybe another one tomorrow. And I don't know, it might be around the same time, 12 o'clock, but should be streaming tomorrow, hopefully, if the weather holds out. No promises. Alright, so let's get the colour on this bad boy before I have to go, and then I'll give you the exclusive image, and then that'll be the end of the stream. Oh, I didn't do the tail. Silly me. Wait, where should the tail go? The tail of the beep has got to be long and spindly. actually, no. That tail shouldn't be like that. It should be starting to go up because it's going down. Yeah, like that. Okay, so. Oh yeah. Why didn't I build in Orlando? Have you got any more Jurassic World detractors response videos up your sleeve? No. Not yet, anyway. Oh, I mean, there is that one where I do want to go. Well, I mean, this is like, again, if I had time and I wasn't working on Dino-Defenders, I'd make a video where I go through the plot hole section of the Jurassic World IMDb page, because there's some things said in there that I think's worth addressing, but yeah, no, I haven't really got anything planned. At the moment, it's literally just work on Dino-Defenders is the only thing I got going. I was planning on doing filming a Black Sack episode at the beginning of November, but then the UK went into a second lockdown, so we couldn't film that, which was really annoying. Oh, thank you very much, Big Shark, for the $5 tip. The $5 super chat. That is most kind of you, man. Thank you very much. Every little helps. Okay, just got to add the dark blue, and then it's done. And then I'm going to show you guys an exclusive still from episode 4. And then I'm going to head out. Just because I thought, why the hell not? It'll be nice. Okay, that's done. Number 25. So in 3 hours we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 animation cells, like of this dinosaur doing its thing. So yeah. Anyway, right, let's bring up a picture because you've been so good. So this is an exclusive still from episode 4 of Dino-Defenders Extreme. And it looks like this. Let me make it smaller. There you go, look at that. Put it under my... Oh, not the spoilers. Let's get rid of that. There you go, check that out. Doesn't that look good? Yeah. Right, anyway, guys. Hope you've enjoyed today's stream. I will continue with this on Friday, I think. No, I might be live streaming tomorrow. I keep forgetting. Tomorrow is when I might be doing a live stream. Maybe. But that's if the weather holds out. And my wife does go on this walk. And I would be going with her, but because of the bloomin' COVID rules, I can't go. But yes, so I may be live streaming tomorrow. But if not, I'll be working on this privately on Friday. And then the next live stream will be Sunday, 12 PM UK time. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's stream. Thank you again, Big Shark, for the donation. And I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Nitiri.